Oh, it literally farted.
Yeah, what was that?
You got a farter. Was that which hole? Which hole was that from?
I was trying to think of something to say and I couldn't.
Yeah, was that you or the bike?
That was both.
Oh, okay. We've got a low track stereo here. Beautifully done.
There you go, yeah!
Oh, there's the last one.
All right, Brad's gonna go through one leg and I'll get on this side. So we can observe.
Oh God, it's actually way harder on this than the 450.
Oh yeah,
This thing's so mushy.
All right, guys. First and foremost, I want to thank Brad Roberts for inviting me out to Berad's Fantasyland.
About time you made it out.
We've been trying to do this for like 2 years now, and
yeah.
Schedules never really aligned, but today they did, and he sat down and agreed to answer a few questions. So
check mic, test one.
Check.
We're good to go.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Question number one. So what first got you into dirt bikes, and how did you turn this into a passion?
Yeah, so a lot of people I think assume that I like came out of the womb on a dirt bike, but I actually...
Looks like it sometimes.
Yeah, it may look like it sometimes, but let's see. So the first time I ever rode a dirt bike, I think I was 7 or 8 years old. PW80. I found it at a neighborhood garage sale in the house I grew up in, and ended up buying the $80 XR80.
Nice.
Which was a sweet bike. I can't even remember the year. It was like a late 80s XR. Took it apart, left it in a box, never ended up putting it back together. And my dad at the time, like, you know, as a 7-year-old, I could, $80 is about all I could afford, which even for a 7-year-old probably, you know, is still a pretty big purchase, but I committed to it. I wanted that shiny blue PW though. I was a little sad. I was like, oh, it's okay. I'll put in the work and get this XR going. Never did. But my dad ended up surprising me and got the PW. So really for the first few years though, first 2-3 years, it was really just riding that PW around a grass field behind his shop in Ann Arbor. Yeah. And didn't really learn how to ride a bike other than twist throttle and brake here and there, hit a couple light turns.
Like a lot of kids in the yard.
Yeah, you know, just putting around, but not really learning much about it. And then didn't really ride a whole lot of off-road up until I turned about 20, and I got my first YZ250X. And pretty much as soon as I got that, besides an injury that set me back a little bit, it was every weekend driving up north and just trying to commit to learning how to ride.
Yeah. Was that before, what do you call that when you were on the street?
Supermoto? Yeah, so, okay,
That's when I found your channel.
So around 18, I started riding an XR250 as a dual sport.
Okay.
You know, got into practicing wheelies on back roads, and then eventually got a WR450, made that into a supermoto. And for probably a 3 or 4 year period, I was pretty much strictly street. And got really good at wheelies doing that, which has certainly helped for like the hard enduro stuff, even though it's a totally different beast being off-road. But yeah, as soon as I got like a dedicated dirt bike, you know, off-road bike, the YZ250X, it was just like, man, sitting at traffic lights is not as fun as having free reign on a farm or up north in the trails. You know, no speed limits, you go and you have fun, and it's just such an addicting feeling. I never let go of it.
So where did the YouTube come into that? Because like I found you when you were doing your wheelies on the street, and then is that when you started getting views, decided to make a lifestyle out of it?
Yeah, it was never intentional to like get into the YouTube and have any of like the social media turn in. I since I was a kid in middle school, like I always had a camcorder with the tapes, swapping, just burning through tapes, and obviously getting into digital can film even more. And So it's really just making videos for my friends and I of our hooning around on the streets and stuff. And, you know, I look back now and I'm like, oh my gosh, why was I doing some of that stuff?
Yeah.
And I think I was on the respectful side, you know, compared to what it could have been for what a lot of that scene can be. But never really had any intent, but one video just randomly blew up, and I kind of just rolled with it, and then met some people, and they're like, dude, you know, you can make money. And this is at the time, like, people were just learning kind of what YouTube can be utilized for as a tool for...
Back when you could actually make a little money on YouTube, too?
Yeah, it was kind of like when people were starting to make money.
Yeah.
And then, I think I hit it at one point at a peak where it was, you know, I was 20, 21, and basically making a living strictly making YouTube videos, which was really cool. But yeah, never any intention, and you know, I put some effort into it today, obviously trying to keep it going. A lot of what I do is based around that, but I always have tried to keep it really just kind of like genuine and just me and the things I like doing and sharing what I know. And
and it's me watching you over the years, it's evolved because you were on the street, and then you got into trail riding for many years, and now you're kind of getting into the coaching aspect. So you've evolved over the years, which is pretty cool to watch. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I mean, even the style of riding off-road, like I was pretty started out just like fast Michigan flow up north, and then as soon as I touched rocks out west for the first time, I was like, oh, like started shaking thinking about rocks. And
I specifically remember your little old video where it looks like you were in fast forward, you're just ripping through there. So.
Oh, and if you felt the arm pump I felt trying to do that speed at that time, and that's the thing is like, I think the evolution and just like the efficiency on the bikes felt like the biggest step. I guess even back then, like I could go pretty fast, but it was sketchy fast, you know. I was blowing turns and tight on the, you know, it was like, all right, the turns are wide enough. I can make it. Just cross your fingers a little bit. But
Little O's very forgiving. So yeah, cool answer. Now, question number 2. What's been your most memorable ride so far?
Oh,
I mean, I know
it's tough.
That's tough for him because he's literally been all over the country. But if you had to pick one,
all right. Well, I'm gonna go with 2. We're gonna split it into two topics. One that stands out, and this was pretty early on. It was in West Virginia. We went down this double black diamond climb. It was during sunset. All of us were completely unqualified at that point to be like, one of 6 bikes had headlights, or sorry, 2 of 6 bikes had headlights. One of them with the headlight was an old XR 600.
Oh
that
my gosh.
At the bottom of this valley in West Virginia, which is, you know, steep, rocky, slimy, bike wouldn't start. The heaviest bike with the headlight. So we had to push this thing up, and it was dark. Like we're halfway up the hill, it's pitch black. Keep pushing it up, like all 4 of us, one at a time, dead weight.
Oh man.
We finally get up, and then we're like, we don't know how to get back, and we can't see a dang thing.
No.
So we ended up getting back, I think it was around midnight. It was like 28 degrees. We were just wearing normal moto gear because it was warm when the sun was out. And it was kind of scary because we didn't know where we were. We didn't know like how to get back really. No headlights.
Wow.
So that sticks out as like kind of a type 2 fun scenario for sure. Probably my most memorable, like just good fun ride. This place in Colorado, out there with some friends. Cody Webb showed up that day, so like we're all just hitting like all of his gnarly cool trails and stuff, and you know, he was putting on the clinic there, so that was pretty sweet to watch. And but just the terrain, it was like constant waterfalls up and down and big rock features, and but like grippy, so it was, you know, you could go in and hit some big stuff with pretty good confidence. And I've never ridden in an area that was like as constant extreme as that was.
Even out in Arizona?
Yeah, you can find it, but it was a 6-hour ride of like no brakes.
Wow.
Like going up or down to the limit of your body and your bike the whole time, pretty much.
I do eventually want to get somewhere out west.
Yeah.
It's just
eventually.
Yep. If you guys hear bikes in the background, he's got a couple students that are
I think the mic's
finishing up riding.
Hopefully close enough to us.
Yeah. Okay, question number 3. Woo. how do you deal with online criticism?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say, like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine how much criticism you get because the bigger you are. Like, I have a really small channel and I have not a lot, but people, hey, do the, you know, so you at your level, like, how do you deal with that? Because it's...
Yeah. So the funny thing is actually...
Or should I ask you, too, do you get it a lot?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I honestly, I wouldn't say I do very much. I'm sure there are people who, you know, behind the scenes, you know, say what they want. But, like, in terms of, like, outward comments and remarks, it's really not too often. Let's circle back, though. When I was doing the supermoto stuff on the street, definitely had some criticism. And to be fair, you know, we're doing activities that are, you know, maybe questionable, doing wheelies on the road. And I was never trying to, like, be weaving through traffic doing wheelies or anything. I think we kept it reasonable, kept the speeds low for the most part. But yeah, you'd tell, you know, you'd have people who'd say, I hope you crash and slide down a mountain and never wake up. And I'm just like, that's crazy to say.
Probably because they can't do it.
Yeah, but like pretty much as soon as I started the dirt, you know, people, I think the biggest thing is like when you have a following, like when people see a high follower count, let's say, and you're doing something, and then let's just say maybe some pro rider who you've never met, never had an interaction with, they look at you and they're like, why does this guy who can't ride have 400,000 subscribers on YouTube? And it's like, dude, I don't know. I didn't I didn't threaten these people to follow me. Like, I'm just posting me having fun. I'm not claiming I'm good at anything. I'm not claiming I know anything. So you get people who hate on you, I think, just because of the perception of like, I'm putting in work to race and be good, and then this guy's screwing around, looping wheelies in a field, and I get it. I see both sides, and I don't try to throw shades at racers. I am not a racer. I've never been good at it. I think I'm a very skilled rider, but when it comes down to racing, I for sure fall apart. So people who are like, yeah, we'll show up to a race and let's see how you do. It's like, yeah, I do race on occasion, and like, yeah, I'm a, maybe an upper A or a, mid to bottom pro if it's the right setting. And that's the thing.
But it's what you put your time into.
Exactly.
Right? They train strictly for racing, and you just ride and you have a camera. And you film,
I'm just having fun at the end of the day.
Some people's channels blow up and some people's don't.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Anyway, once I got to a relatively competent level and just kind of doing my thing, honestly, for years, there was really no talking crap, I guess is the best way to put it. But the funny thing is, as soon as you start suggesting ways to help improve people's riding, that's when you get the most criticism.
Okay, yeah.
So, all the stuff I've been posting recently about the techniques, and the funny thing is, people are like, I don't trust you unless you're a pro level and winning races. I'm like, all of this information is coming from my mentors who are national and world level riders.
It's good that you say that so you can put that out there.
Yeah, well, and I'm very transparent.
I see it online. I see you go back and forth sometimes.
Yeah.
You're not going back and forth, but I see people.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, I am confident in these skills because these concepts, these techniques have come from people way better than me.
Right.
Cody Webb's out, as far as I know. Cody's not out there talking smack about me. He's he's ridden with me. He probably agrees with most of the concepts. And I think widely, a lot of expert riders will agree. But I think what happens is you get maybe people from motocross and maybe there's a little bit of a style difference. It's more aggressive. It's different than enduro for sure. So, they'll take a base level concept that I'm trying to cater to the beginner, the intermediate rider, simplify it as much as possible to give you success up to that 80%, 90% pace. If you want that extra 10%, that's when things get way more involved, and that's where an in-person is better than a 30-second clip on Instagram. And that's the problem too, is they'll say, oh, well, you forgot about this, and this. And I'm like, yeah, but we're not talking about that. I can't fit all that. What you're seeing on Instagram is not what you get in person. It's totally different. Yep. A 3-hour one-on-one lesson you're gonna get all that nuance, all that stuff. It's not that I'm unaware of how to do it.
Yeah.
I don't ride like a robot with a perfectly straight leg and loose on the bike 100% of the time. You know, I use that when it makes sense. I'm a little more locked in, a little more, you know, rigid when I need to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just people, in a way, I think it's people don't want to see other people doing well in a way.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is like, I'm happy with where I'm at, but I feel like I could always do better and more.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting to see like people who maybe think, oh, you're doing too much. And I'm like, I don't know, dude, you can't please everyone. You kind of just got to go about your way. And
right. I think the more popular you get, or anybody, and just the better you're doing as a person, as a business or whatever, there's just, it attracts negativity. So, so you got to look at it like I would say that's kind of a good thing, because if you're getting criticized a little bit, you're doing something right.
Yep. I mean, plenty of people, plenty of a couple very respected coaches in the industry we've had phone calls and just friendly phone calls, and they're like, if you have haters, you're doing something right.
Nice.
Which I hate to admit. I hate that that's true.
Yeah.
But I think it is. And I mean, I guess it's a little disheartening, because it's like, I don't feel I've done anything to deserve that. Like I don't feel like I'm I don't know. I think most people would agree I'm a fairly nice person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty welcoming. I have people out here to ride because it's the only place you can come ride for free in southern Michigan. And like,
true.
I don't know. I feel like that's giving quite a bit back.
Well, you're well-spoken and you got a lot of riz, so that automatically just gives people.
But I don't know, man. I think with anything online, you got to meet someone in person. You can't love someone or hate someone online until you meet them in person. Don't think that your heroes are the nicest people, and then don't think that who you talk smack about is a bad person. They might be your best friend, and your hero might be someone that you'd really rather never hang around. You know, I've seen all sides of it through travel, meeting all skill ranges of riders, and the one commonality is that we all love riding bikes, and it doesn't matter how good or bad you are. It's be a good person is what it boils down to. So
I agree. It's a good answer. I feel like, well, you know, real quick, one of my family members is fairly big on social media, and just when you put yourself out there, it just attracts some of the wrong people too. And I'm sure you might be really loved, and you're gonna have that little
And when it's not in as niche of a thing like dirt bikes, I'm sure it's 10 times worse.
Dirt bikes is so small of a niche.
But
that was a good answer. Question number 4. This will be a hard one for Brad. 2-stroke or 4-stroke?
Yeah. All right. Overall, if I had to pick one bike, it'd be a 2-stroke for sure. They're so versatile. With that said, I do think a 4-stroke is just, it's an easier bike to ride in like fast stuff, if you ask me. I should say like fast turns, you know, that linear torque, holding those drifts around turns. It's just way easier. It's all in the wrist here. The 2-stroke, definitely a little more clutch action, a little more finesse. The 4-strokes are just so stable. They do turn nicely, the modern stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't think I'm much faster or slower on either. But the 2-strokes way better in the tight stuff, and certainly anything technical.
Yeah, it's good. I say too, now that I have my 300 and I'm coming from 4-strokes, if you can have both, have both.
Yes, sir.
If not, then you just got to go with what you like better.
I go back and forth between my 450 and the 250 2-strokes. Just depends on the day, really. But 2-stroke all day for sure if I had to pick one. Cost, low maintenance, reliability, and just light. They don't overheat. And they work in any terrain.
Smell better.
They do. Yep.
Cool. Okay, question number 5. We got 6 questions total. Who's your biggest inspiration in the sport? That's kind of a tough.
I've thought about it a little bit. It is tough though, because there's so many people that have been influential. I probably got to give it to Ryan Wells though, who's my mentor. He's who I coach with in the winter for his school, and he without a doubt has put the most effort into like kind of taking me under his wing in terms of like making sure I have the tools to like improve my riding.
Yeah.
He kind of pestered me online a bit, like in a nice way. Like I looked at it as pestering. He was genuinely just trying to help. Like, I see potential in this guy. It's just your form's a little loose, like giving me suggestions. And like, I didn't know who this guy was, but then I met up with him in Idaho and we rode, and I was like, that's who that guy is.
Nice.
When he said, hey, Brad, give me your phone. And we're on switchback Idaho mountain single track. Brad, give me your phone. Why? I'm going to film you. Okay. Good luck keeping up. And then he's one-handed in front of me, filming behind me, keeping me in frame, and I can't keep up with him. I'm like, okay, I should shut up and listen to this guy a little bit.
What's his background?
Desert racing, enduro cross, motocross. He's done it all. Hard enduros. He kind of stopped racing and focused on the coaching aspect when it kind of started getting like really popular, I guess. I don't think there was a reason other than just timing and hey, it's hard to support yourself racing in such a small sport. But Ryan absolutely has like, he's given me the most knowledge and for sure the reason that I'm like able to ride how I can today, and just been an overall great friend.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've heard you talk about him
a
lot in the past. So, and he's mainly, is he Arizona or?
Yep. Phoenix area.
So you ride with him every winter then?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. He's a cool dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Next question, last question. What would be your dream collab? And it could be a brand or a rider.
That is a tough one.
Yeah. Maybe let's do...
I can answer them individually.
Yeah, let's do both of them. So, dream collab with a brand first.
It's so hard about the brand thing. And this is just like full transparency is like, the way I look at it is free things are cool. A bike is cool.
Yeah.
But if you're working with a manufacturer, let's say, and you get, a bike a year that they loan you or give you for free and you can sell at the end of the season, whatever. Unfortunately, that doesn't pay the bills.
Right.
But then it restricts you to, you're stuck with that brand, so you can't go test. You can't really give your honest opinion. So that is a tough one, but it might be Beta.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Beta motors. I haven't committed to buying one.
They are so smooth.
They're very smooth. With that said, I do love my Yamahas.
Yeah.
But if I had like a full, we'll call it a factory ride setup, it might be Beta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people are going to Betas.
Yeah.
I rode my friend Brian's, Beta Brian's, and that motor is so smooth. So,
yeah.
I agree with you. That's a good pick.
Honest fact is...
Could also been a clothing brand, too.
Yeah, my dream is Climb. I already work with them for quite a few years now.
They got the coolest stuff, even though I'm not wearing them, but my helmet's
fine. I do really like Climb. They've been great to me over the years. That's great. I don't know. I mean, beyond manufacturers, it's kind of like,
Yeah. Well, Beta's a good answer.
Yeah.
Beta was your answer.
Yeah. Or Yamaha. I do love Yamaha too. People might be surprised by that answer because they're like, well, why do you keep buying Yamahas?
Yeah.
They've never failed me.
Yeah. we had that talk when we did that team race. And yeah, I agree. They just run good bikes.
Yeah. And so then Rider.
How about Rider?
Rider collab.
Because you've probably already collabed with a lot of people.
I've ridden with Graham. I've ridden with I've ridden with like most of the, well, not a lot of the Euro guys. I haven't ridden with like Billy or Manny or Mario, but but pretty much all the US guys I've at least ridden, generally in the same group at some point. But it'd be cool to see Tony Bow in person and spend a day with Tony Bow. Trials. You may not even know him.
Yeah, I don't.
He is the best. He is the top tier of any discipline of motorcycle riding.
Really?
Like, he is insane.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
Just being able to see that guy in person, I don't know if I'd learn much from him. It's so, it's so far beyond
Yeah.
anything I could even fathom doing, but that'd be pretty sweet.
Cool. Tony Bow?
Tony Bow.
Tony Bow. I'll have to
Yep.
look. And does he just do strictly trials?
Well,
Or-
he'll get on an Africa Twin and do lines that you wouldn't even imagine on your dirt bike.
Oh,
so
really? Wow.
yeah, he's
insane.
or a bone stock CRF 450. He's doing rear wheel hops between like log posts vertically in the ground and stuff like
Oh
that.
my gosh.
It's insane, his control.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
that'd be cool.
Cool, man. That was my 6 questions.
It's a great
And,
6 questions.
I'm glad I finally made it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This property is really cool. And I hope you come back next year.
I'll be back at some point. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least for
At least for a few weeks.
for a while, yeah. But yeah, anyways, I'd like to thank you for inviting me out,
Dude.
and it was a lot of fun.
Heck yeah,
And,
always a pleasure.
Thanks for doing this interview with me.
Anytime, dude.
It's cool. All right. See you guys.